Good evening and welcome to eNews. I'm Shahan Ramkisoon. It's great to have you with us. Our top stories tonight.
I don't think that was a fair decision by the IAAF, and I think they should actually reverse it.
Discrimination or fair play? A court dismisses Caster Semenya's bid to challenge new testosterone rules. May Day campaigning in full swing. All major political parties hold rallies commemorating Workers' Day. And from employees to owners, a new start for over 1,000 miners in Mpumalanga. This leads our bulletin. Caster Semenya believes women like her should be treated like any other athlete. Today, a court rejected her bid to challenge new rules on testosterone levels. World athletics body, the IAAF, imposed those rules last year. They apply to athletes running distances between 400 meters and a mile. Semenya and her legal team are reviewing the court's decision. She says she has been continuously targeted by the IAAF. Semenya says independent experts should be appointed to produce an unbiased assessment of the need for and methods of regulation. She believes the rules are harmful and will negatively impact on the well-being of athletes around the world. Well, Semenya's next move is not clear, but one thing is for sure: her career has reached a crossroads. Our reporter Maseko Ratlacha has more.
One of South Africa's best athletes, Caster Semenya. The new regulations force female athletes to regulate their testosterone levels if they're above certain limits. The rules apply to race distances ranging from 400 meters to the mile. Many South Africans took to social media offering support for Semenya. Government did the same, with the sports department saying it's firmly behind her. Several experts have also responded, and they weren't mincing their words.
Disappointed for her, disappointed for every other athlete who has one of these conditions, who now also has to take these medicines or undergo some kind of medical procedures to run.
I think it's a huge disappointment, obviously, for all of us. We still need time to study the ruling in much detail. But I think the gist of what I've seen so far is that the panel decided, the arbitration panel decided that in view of the aims that the IAAF seek to achieve, they don't believe that the regulations are disproportionate and therefore upheld the regulations.
But there may be a silver lining. High performance coach Ian Shippey says Semenya might emerge as a stronger person and a better athlete.
I think, and I obviously lean towards or have a bias towards my profession on the performance coaching. I think the real thread that we need to hold on to emerging out of the story is, yes, there's a scientific debate taking place, but how about her psychological, her emotional, and her social adjustments that she's made in the last decade? She has been extraordinarily resistant, and if she is able to regroup and decide what her path of action is, and if she can take the same approach that she's taken previously against incredible adversity, I'm excited to see what will unfold as she decides on her approach going forward.
The question now, will she let her performance do the talking? Maseko Ratlacha, Johannesburg.
Now, the news of the Semenya ruling has angered many South Africans.
For me, my take on that one, I don't think it's good now, because that's her nature, that's what she was born in. For us, we cannot change anything that God has made, you understand. I know there are doctors that have started here to make those things happen, but for me, it's a big no. That's all I can say for now.
It's a bit unfair because I don't think Caster Semenya chose to be that way. So for you to then say someone has an added advantage because of the way they are built, or because of something that's hereditary, or because of something like simple hormones that are more than what you expect to be, it's kind of unfair. I don't think that was a fair decision by the IAAF, and I think they should actually reverse it.
Just hours after pandemonium on the streets of Durban over unequal pay, South Africa commemorated Workers' Day. President Cyril Ramaphosa warned against the exploitation of workers, but ignored the plight of municipal workers who protested yesterday. Tuba Vilane reports.
a smaller than expected turnout. Accompanied by alliance leaders, President Cyril Ramaphosa arrived to a cheerful crowd. He has issued a strong warning to employers.
We have heard that there are some employers, particularly in the farming industry, who are bent on preventing their workers from going to vote on the 8th of May. And we call on those employers to desist from such activity. Do not stop workers from going to vote.
Also sharing the podium, the SACP says the ANC will emerge invigorated.
Sicela mongameli kaKhongolose ukuthi lo mhla ka-8 May kube usuku futhi lokuvuselela wona lo ANC wethu. Ukuthi izinto ezinye zenzeke kule minyaka ewu5 edlule asifuni siphinde zenzeke kule minyaka ewu5 ezayo.
The celebration takes place on the back of a wage dispute and violent protest in the eThekwini municipality. The municipality has allegedly employed 53 MK soldiers on a higher wage scale. Kosato claims something sinister is at play.
Apha eThekwini kumasipala esifumanisa into bangaba ngathi sizawufumana uba abasebenzi bayaqhathanwa omnye komnye. Sifuna ukuthi kuhulumente we-African National Congress sincedeni silungise.
Workers here have once again reaffirmed their support for the African National Congress come next week's elections. Tuba Vilane, Durban.
DA leader Musi Maimane says voting for the ANC is equal to voting for corruption. He was speaking at his party's Workers' Day rally at the Hillsong Church in Cape Town today.
I find it amazing that the president will stand before South Africa, Mr. Ramaphosa, and says to the people, listen, he says this the other day. He says, yes, the ANC captured the state, but please vote for us. I want to say it in simple language. He says, we stole from your future. Give us a chance to steal even more. We are here to say to them, we are not here. We want to say this one thing. The best branch of the ANC is in heaven. The next branch of the ANC is going to be in Pollsmoor prison, not far from here, when we put 15 years for corrupt politicians.
EFF leader Julius Malema says his party will cut unnecessary government spending if it's voted into power. Malema was speaking at his party's May Day rally in Alexandra.
There's too much money in South Africa. It's wasted by politicians. We are closing Parliament in Cape Town. We bring it to Pretoria. We will save money. We are going to remove all deputy ministers. We will save money. We are going to reduce ministries. Just listen to such a stupid thing. Why do you have a minister of higher education and still have a minister of science and technology? Because science and technology is higher education.
Well, not all South Africans have something to celebrate today. With an unemployment rate of 27%, many have been forced to get creative to earn an income. Yanka Tolme went out to see what people are doing to support their families.
Jeffrey Mhlungu has been repairing shoes on the pavement since 1999. But business has not been easy. His income varies from 50 to maybe 200 rand a day. Not only is this supposed to cover his expenses to continue his business, but it also needs to support his family. Like many South Africans struggling to find a decent job, he had to get creative. Some are selling cigarettes, sweets and fruit to ensure their loved ones can survive. Robert Mkhlangu runs a pop-up barbershop where you can stop by for 15 rand a cut. The money lends much needed support, but Mkhlangu says he could thrive if only he could own a small shop.
Mina ngibona uright wona lo msebenzi ngiwenza ngoba angeke sifane sonke. So mina into engifunayo makube ngiyakhululeka kube ni space sami grand uthi ngisebenze wona lo msebenzi uright for mina. Ngikuze nginice ngikuwo. Ngoba ngiyaqualify kuye support ingane zami.
With elections just 1 week away, the question is, could the promises of jobs soon bring change to their lives? Yanka Tolme, Johannesburg.
Stay with us on eNews. Coming up, Bo-Kaap residents have finally managed to secure municipal heritage protection. Workers' Day, over 1,000 employees are now shareholders in a mine. Heidi Jakos has the details.
A joyous Workers' Day for these Arnot mine workers. In what almost turned out to be the complete closure of the coal mine in Middelburg, mine workers not only pushed for the reopening of the mine, but also to be included in the shareholding. Now, more than 1,000 workers will own 50% of the mine. The mining minister says this is an unprecedented move.
You can still be a worker for an earning, but be a shareholder. When there are dividends, you have generated surplus, you get a share of that surplus. You must remember, every investor invests money in an entity. It is the worker who converts that investment into wealth. Now, if the workers are going to not only participate in the wages, they can also have a stake in the wealth they generate. It is a step forward.
One beneficiary says it was the end of the road for many mine workers, but they've since been given a new lease on life.
As the employees, we thought that since there's still value in the assets, there's still a lot of coal that can last us for quite a number of years. We've decided that let's investigate and explore the idea of reopening the mine, producing coal to supply to Arnot Power Station, because at the time, Eskom did have some coal supply issues. So we thought of the idea that let's investigate, let's see what comes out of it. And then 3 years later, we hear and the DMR handed us the mine today.
The mine will provide coal to Eskom. On the one hand, positive news, but miners still had other burning issues they wanted to raise with the minister. They say they will not vote next week if the issues aren't dealt with. The minister has assured the community he will read their memorandum and act where responsible. Heidi Jakos, Arnot Colliery, Mpumalanga.
After years of fighting the city of Cape Town, Bo-Kaap residents have finally managed to secure municipal heritage protection. A lengthy public participation saw 2,300 votes in favour and only 27 against the move. Now, new developments and alterations to old buildings will have to follow strict guidelines on height, style and construction materials used. Peladi Setusa reports.
Stadzeg, Homestead, Noral Islam Masjid, Jamia Masjid, Masjid Shafi.
Applause all round as 19 sites in Bo-Kaap are named heritage sites. This is the first in a series of steps required to eventually declare the entire neighborhood a national heritage area.
In the end, we are most probably going to sit with sites in the numbers, and we most probably will be able to claim that we most probably one of the only areas that have so many places within the small area of Bo-Kaap that are of national significance.
Residents say the area's history, culture and traditions need to be preserved. and Mthethwa agrees.
We are against gentrification. It's not about the beauty of the place, the convenience of the place. It is about the soul in this part of the country.
While this isn't the blanket heritage status sought after by residents, it's a crucial first step in safeguarding the Boerkop's unique character. Piladi Situsa, Cape Town.
After the break, we go to our weather center to get the latest from Louis Fernandez. And then, what will it be? A boy or a girl? Bets are down as to what the gender of the new royal baby will be. We'll tell you in a moment. Louis Fernandez is standing by in Cape Town. Hey, Louis.
Good evening, Shahan, and good evening to the viewers. Not much going on over South Africa at the moment. We have fairly settled weather over South Africa. Clear skies for most areas. A little bit of fog starting to move in along the western coastline. And as we head into tomorrow, we are expecting more sunshine. But that is about to change for the far western parts as a cold front will be approaching. Ahead of it, gusty berg winds into parts of the western and eastern Cape. Some very hot weather in the forecast for those areas. And then in the afternoon, we're going to see rain settling in over the peninsula, and towards evening, that rain pushes deeper into the western Cape. So wet Thursday evening conditions in the forecast for that region. The Northern Cape, on the other hand, stays dry for the meantime. It is going to be a windy day for some parts of this province, especially from the Kalahari all the way through to the Karoo regions and into the Western Cape. This is where we really see mixed weather conditions, cooler towards the western coastline where rain settles in later on, and those berg winds allowing for temperatures to climb above 30 for Beaufort West and Oudtshoorn. A very hot day expected for the Eastern Cape. Some parts of the interior will also have very windy conditions, up to 45 kilometers per hour. KwaZulu-Natal will also be mostly sunny and quite hot, but a chilly morning for parts of the interior. Kokstad drops down to 6 degrees. And even colder than that for some areas on the Mpumalanga Highveld, eMakhazeni and Standerton dropping down to 5 overnight. But those afternoon temperatures aren't looking too bad. Sunny, dry and warm for much of Limpopo, and we're going to have more of the same for the Northwest Province. 27 as a high for Mahikeng, Klerksdorp and Zeerust. It's also going to be a cold start to the day for the Free State. You might need at least one jersey when you head outdoors, but later on temperatures climb above 20. And you might have guessed it, another sunny, dry and warm day expected for Gauteng, but chilly at first. Let's take a quick look ahead to your conditions for Friday, and we're going to have a dry and warm day all across the northern parts once again. There could still be a few early morning showers for the Western Cape, but those will clear quickly. And then on Saturday, cooler and wet weather settles into KZN while it stays warm and dry across the Highveld. That's all from the Weather Centre. Sean, it's back to you.
All right, thanks for that, Louis. Appreciate it. Now, Britain's Prince Harry and his wife Meghan Markle are due to welcome their first child any day now, and many people hope the birth will bring them good money. Speculation has long been rife about the baby's gender, name, and until today, the birth month. But bookmakers say those who bet for an April baby should hold on to their tickets just in case the baby was already born in secret. Odds favor a girl with the name Diana after Harry's late mum. Well, from me, Shahan Ramkisoon, and the rest of the team, take care and thanks for watching.